The market moves lower as supports start to break. How worried are the bulls? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so in yesterday's video, we gave you some key levels that rang true yet again. We told you if 56.30 broke, we would likely see 56.10, then 55.85, and that's exactly what we saw. And on the NASDAQ, I told you if that 19.950 area broke, we would likely see that 19.715, and that's what we saw on the NASDAQ as well. So now the question is, how worried are the bulls? I'll get into that in just 1 second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, the market continues to move down, so let's jump into the charts and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1 hour futures chart for the S&P 500, and you can see we broke down through that 56.30 area. We told you that 56.10 would be next. They chopped around that area and then moved down into the 55.85 area once that broke, and we're able to hold just below that at 55.70 and bounce up just a little bit at the close. So are the bulls worried about this? The short answer is not yet, not really. This is just standard pullback until they break some more major supports. But the bears are breaking some minor supports, and that's something we haven't seen before, which is a good sign for the bears. That doesn't mean we're bearish or that the market has turned down yet. It just means that they're doing some things they haven't done in the past, and that's always a good sign. So what are we looking for as we move forward on the ES? Well, our next key level is the 55.20 is really the key level, but we got to get through 55.55 first. And we would look at this, if they're going to give us a standard 5-wave move down, they need to hold it under 56.0975, so basically 56.10, which was our support from before, so it becomes resistance now. They need to hold under that, and if they can hold under that and continue lower, we would look for them to hit 55.55 would be a natural target, but since they bounced up here at the close, they may go directly towards 55.20, but they got to get through 55.55 first. Through 55.55, and we're looking directly at 55.20, which happens to line up with the 1618, which happens to be the major support. Funny how these fibs always seem to line up. It's almost like Elliott Wave has some idea of how technical analysis works. So anyway, we have the 1618 at the 55.20 level. That is a fairly major level of support, because if they break that, they're going to break this low here. They'll go ahead and push through, and that is the first significant warning to the bulls. It's not the end of the market. It's not the end of the bull market yet, but it is a significant break of a significant low, and this should be a well-defended area where you would look for some kind of bounce and or rebound from the bulls. A direct break through this area would be a very bad sign overall for the market. So 55.20 to the downside. Now, if the bears fail and are unable to continue to break down, as this is a bull market, they would need to push it back through 56.10 first, then 56.30, back through 56.30, and the bulls can take control of this market. And really, it's going to become one of those, it's the end of the week, it's OPEX. Are they going to try to jam it all the way back to the highs type of move? So tomorrow could be one of those squeezes where if they're able to get back over 56.30, that turns the green light on. They'll need to break through this high here at 56.61 next, but through 56.30 really ignites the squeeze, as that was major support before. Now it becomes resistance. All of the stops will be there, and so through that, and we would look for them to try to stampede this Friday into all the way into the highs. So we could see that as well, and those are basically what we're looking at for key levels. So 56.10 to the upside needs to break first. If we break that, then we're probably looking at 56.30 next. And if that breaks, they can run this all the way back up towards the 5700 area. Maybe not all tomorrow, but certainly they can make a charge at it, and a pretty healthy one at that, should they break 56.30. So to the downside, they got to get through 55.55 and then 55.20. Through 55.20 and this low right here at 5500 basically, that is the first initial warning for the bulls. Over on the NASDAQ, now the NASDAQ is a little bit different than the ES, as it is down at a little different support. It's not the major critical support that they must hold, but it is a significant level. And if we see them break this level right here, it can cause acceleration to the downside. So we'd be looking at this 19.750 level to break, or 715 down here at the bottom. They came down and tested it today and bounced. And you should see a pretty stout defense of this. If they break through this pretty easily tomorrow, that is a warning sign that selling is going to accelerate. This area is wave 5 of 3, so we would expect a bounce here in wave 4. The market has been tracking pretty well here. You got a 1, 2, and then you got your 1, 2. We looked for 3 of 3 right into the 1, 2, 3, 6, which hit perfectly. We got a bounce in 4 of 3 down to the 1618 perfectly, which again, the 1618 lines up perfectly with support. Bounces off of that. A bounce back toward the 20,150 area would not be anything to worry about for the bears. That would be pretty natural here. And then a breakdown towards 19,500. But anything over this peak here at about 20,200 starts to become problematic for the bears. So bears want to push down. They do have a bounce here. If they bounce up a little higher, no big deal. They want to push down and break this 19,715, 720 area, this low right here. Breaking that should accelerate at least to the 19,500 level and possibly even further than that if they are going to extend. Keep in mind, this bounce was not a full bounce up to the 764 like we would expect. It was a very shallow bounce. So if we get another shallow bounce here and a direct break of this low, this can simply be an extension of wave 3 of 3, and they can continue to push this down toward the 19,000 area and really cascade this down hard, as that is a major support level for them to hold. So this would be the first warning shot for the bulls on the NASDAQ, and they're kind of already at that level. So the bulls really need to step up. Again, they can hold lower, but this is the first initial, hey, we need to pay attention to what's going on the NASDAQ kind of level for the bears. To the upside, again, they need to push back over this 20,167 area. If they can push over that, they have a pretty clean ride back up towards 20,500. You could look for them to try to push all the way back up into that area. 20,302 technically is still a valid bounce for this wave 4, but because of the theory of alternation, we would not expect to see that. So NASDAQ really wants to hold that 20,200 area and then push down from there. And again, a more direct break of this level at the lows could lead to significant acceleration and selling to the downside, as that will likely lead to ES breaking into that 5520 area as well. Guys, if you love the information I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link. It'll take you right over to the webpage. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible plans, and they both come with a 7-day free trial, because I want you to get in there, make sure you love it, and become part of our trading team before you ever spend a penny. You can cancel at any time. You literally have nothing to lose by checking it out. We also have our Elliott Wave for Beginners online course and our Elliott Wave Advanced course. These courses are helping real traders understand these complex markets. In the advanced course, we go through these very difficult patterns that we had on the way up, these diagonals, triangles, flats, all the different things that are complex in the market and hard to understand. We teach you how they work, how to find the levels, and how to understand the key levels that I give out in these videos so that you can find them on your own on any chart. And as you can see on the screen, it's really helping our traders make money and understand these markets. Now, if this is too complex or you're just getting involved in Elliott Wave, we also have our Elliott Wave for Beginners online course. This course is helping real traders make real money and finally understand the market in a way that makes sense. It can be so confusing when good news makes the market go down and bad news makes the market go up. And this is because Elliott knew that the news cycles were trash long ago. He knew that the key levels mattered, and he understood what happened when they held and what happened when they broke. This gives you a huge advantage over the rest of the market. Now, this course is 25 videos where I go through 3 sections. Your introduction, where we go through your expectations, your mindset, the KISS method, and why this works. The chart setup and tools, where we go through each tool that you need to use with Elliott Wave Theory, how to use it and why. And the Elliott Wave for Beginners area, where we go through each of the waves, how they work, how to measure them, the corrective depth theory, the theory of alternation, everything you need to know to make sense of this complex market. Now, the really cool thing about both courses is if you want to get them both for a discount, we do have our bundle package, where you get $37 off by purchasing them as a bundle. But if you don't want to pay anything at all, you can get them for free by joining one of our monthly rooms. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions answered, a midday video where I go over exactly where we are on the counts and what to expect, as well as the training material you just saw. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing and day trade in my room, so we do trade quite often. If you're looking for futures trading, individual stocks, income trading, or advanced trading, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, futures trading, his income trading method that is just crushing the market, as well as his reduced risk binary method that gets you in at a cheap price. It gets you huge multiples on your money, and it's how he structures those trades that's so unique. something you really have to see to understand, and that's another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account, trading mini ES futures, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we'd love to have you in these rooms so we can all make money together. Key takeaways for today: that 55 levels what we're looking at first. If they break that, we can see a little bit of a bounce, but then down to 55.20. 55.20 becomes a pretty significant area for the bulls to hold. Breaking below this low here at about 5,500 becomes very problematic, and you should see a pretty strong defense in that 5,500 to 5,520 area. To the upside, if the bulls can recapture 56.09 or 56.10 and then 56.30, we could see a squeeze to the upside that would take us near or back to the highs, and a pretty strong rally tomorrow, as this market did get sold pretty hard for 2 days. So 56.30 becomes the level to watch back over that, and we look for a squeeze to the upside to close out the week. On the NASDAQ, we have hit our target here for wave 3. We are looking for a bounce in wave 4 and then down in 5 towards that 19,500 area. However, a direct move down through this 19,715 area would be considered an extension of wave 3, and we could really see the market accelerate into this 19,500 area or even 19,400 area where the support lies over here. A bounce up, they want to hold that 20,150 area. Above that, the bulls can take control and try to squeeze and push back up toward the 20,500 plus area. Guys, it's the weekend. Grab yourself a drink, get out of the house, do something fun with your family, and I will talk to you next week.